We're live. I think the volume might be a little bit high, so we're going to turn down that audio just a smidge, maybe a little bit more smidge, just a little bit more. Hopefully everybody's well. Today, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We have a couple things, though, I guess. So I guess I know a little bit. Chat room, hello. I see you, Jake, Mark, Josh, Chris. How is everybody? We'll talk about a little bit of stuff. We're going to talk about the MacDev GTX. They released a couple more. Well, really, I should say they released something on Instagram. We'll talk about that and look at that. The Tauntauns have a new video out that I saw just a little bit ago. I didn't watch any of it. So we might try to watch a little bit of that and at least see what that is. It's about 30 minutes, I believe, on the Planet Eclipse YouTube page. So we'll check that out. We're going to talk about the Adrenaline raffle. And that's about all. And we'll hang out and, I don't know, just see what the hell's going on. So what is going on, chat room? Tacos. We're eating tacos? That sounds good. Should I buy a 160R for $330? Sure. I mean, that's a great deal. I mean, the 160R is fantastic, and that's a great price, I assume. I mean, they're probably like, I would guess that they're probably like 450-ish, 500 used. So 330 seems like, yeah, good deal. Oh, tacos. So I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Let's just talk about this new MacDev gun really fast. I was looking for stuff to talk about yesterday and today, and just not a lot of stuff happened this week. Let's make sure I click the right thing. And yeah, we don't entirely know a whole ton about this. We'll definitely probably get all of the information coming up pretty soon here. Let me see what this audio actually is first before I turn the audio on. And it's just a bunch of crazy music. The MacDev, you can saw the logo right there real quick. The GTX. And we can definitely see that big-ass OLED screen on the side. And rechargeable battery. That's about all. I don't know how I feel about these big screens. I talked about it with the Idol. The M3 has that huge screen. I don't know. They just don't seem as useful to me because it's, I don't really use the screen all that much. I just kind of use it for battery life. So it's kind of more just a nice thing to have, we'll say. There's this so quick. They've released a couple other handful, like little videos of this thing too. There's this thing, which is all blurred out. So who knows what it's going to look like. That's really all. Then there's like a bolt cycling video, which there's this one, which, I don't know. So we'll probably see, like I said, complete information, and we'll know everything about it at World Cup in a couple weeks here. World Cup is November 5th and 6th or something like that. Maybe like 7th and 8th or somewhere in there. So just a few weeks out. We'll see the MacDev GTX, and I've not ever really been a huge fan of MacDev. They've kind of let me down in the past. But I don't know. Who knows? I'd like to see the thing. I'd like to shoot it maybe, but I'm probably not going to review it, so I probably won't ever see it. Just because the MacDev guns just aren't as popular, I'm just not going to see one at any paintball field I go to. So who knows? Some brains, oh wait, what the fuck bolt system is it running? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sure. There were like comments I was reading some of the comments on the Instagram post, and there were people like speculating, and then MacDev would kind of like sort of not answer, they'd be all coy and stuff like that. So I don't know. Who knows? Plus, I don't really know all the MacDev bolts anyway, so I couldn't even tell you, even if I knew. Who knows? Check your hopper. We don't need TVs on our guns. Yeah, that's fair. I'd like to watch Netflix. You don't want to watch Netflix while you're playing? I'd like to watch Netflix. David Brown, what systems do MacDev use anyway? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by systems. I think of systems and I think of like their like customer resource management software. Bolts. Well, they're definitely spool valve, and it's its own bolt style. I want to say the most recent one, obviously, they had the GT2. That's probably their most current high-end gun. But I couldn't tell you the exact name of the bolt system that's in the GT2. They've had various different kinds throughout the years. It's not always been just kind of a change, you know? Think about like Planet Eclipse, how they have the IV core and the Gamma core, and there's a couple different bolt styles. MacDev is the exact same way. But I don't know all the names. I'm not that handy with MacDev guns. Yep. So I definitely have a hard out at 5:30 as well. So I definitely got to cut out of here at 5:30. But before we head further, we want to always thank bfpgear.com, the sponsor of said live stream, where they actually just got, well, they've had for a little bit, the brand new Powerhouse Counterpunch regulators. This is Powerhouse's third regulator. They're just really, really good. So maybe go, I don't know, go check them out. They got a whole bunch of new stuff over there. Like, we go to the new product stuff. We looked at the clear EVS. I had one of those. I really just like the clear one. I really like how you can see that red piece. The like, it's part of the like goggle strap the ears. I really just like how you can see through them. BFP Gear, you know, check them out. They definitely help support this channel. And, you know, obviously helping support the sponsors of this channel. Help make these live streams and all the other videos. BFPgear.com. Yep. Where is MacDev from, Jose? They are from jolly old Australia. They're from down under. I'm not sure exactly where in Australia. Let's try to find out. MacDev Paintball. MacDev Paintball. Based in Australia, but I don't know. It doesn't give me an address. There's probably an address somewhere on their website, but definitely Australia. Shipping? The GT2. Let's just look at this together. We might as well, right? MacDevPaintball.com. Let's close some of these Tibos. The GT2. Yeah, so this is their like current-ish high-end gun, you know? They're going to have free shipping in Australia. They're going to have, obviously, that GTX that's coming out in a couple weeks here. They are calling the bolt system... The drive uses a revolutionary independent shutoff valve and tip of bolt firing valve. But what is it actually called? I don't know. Maybe it says in the manual somewhere. GT2. You know, the one thing I've always really liked about their guns, though, like in hand, they feel really good. Like I've literally always said that. I really like these grip frames. How they're kind of small. It's one of the things I really liked about the Adrenaline mechanical frame with the wood grips on it. The grip just feels really like kind of smaller. I really like them. The triggers have always felt really nice as well. So I've always liked the ergonomics. This one looks pretty good. Regulator area looks wacky. MacDev. Yo, what's chat going on? New South Wales. I don't know if they're in Sydney or I don't know where the heck they're at. I assume, you know, because Sydney's like, you know, the biggest place. Can I put a Powerhouse reg on my HK Army tank? Yes, you can. Yeah, for sure. I mean, all those regulator threads and bottles, they're all universal. So any compressed air regulator will attach to really any compressed air tank. Unless you got something like, from like 85 or, something really old. Chris Martin. I'm with you, Chris. Let's get those raffle tickets sold. Let's talk about it right now then. So still have raffle tickets available. Whoops. Whoopsie. Hold on. I thought I had the link ready, but I do not have a link ready. Still have raffle tickets available for the Adrenaline Luxe IDOL. If you guys... Well, I don't like this page. What is wrong? This page is loading. Maybe it's just really wide. Anyway, the Adrenaline IDOL raffle. So yeah, if you want to check out, there's a link in the description to buy yourself some raffle tickets if you would like. Raffle tickets right there are $20. There is no ticket limit. And there's, I don't know, a handful left. But you can see that beauty right there. Like, it's really good looking. I really like all the little details and stuff they did. So, really pretty cool. You can win this with a $20 raffle ticket. And there's everybody's names. So there's, I don't know, maybe like 15-ish, 20% left. Maybe a little less than that. But there's a handful of names left. So yeah, go help support this channel again. And buy yourself raffle tickets. Someone's going to win themselves a very expensive paintball gun for pretty goddamn cheap. Mark, where were you last weekend? I had a free day on Sunday. What do you mean you had a free day on Sunday? I don't know. I was thinking about going to the paintball field, and I know some guys went to Jungle to play, and sometimes I just don't want to go. Like, all I ever do is paintball. We're doing it right now. I'm going to do it all day tomorrow, and then all day the next day, and all day the next day, and all day the next day. So sometimes, I just don't want to go to the paintball field. I definitely watch football. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I was like, was it even? I'm all over the place. Was it yesterday? What else should we check out? Adrenaline Luxe IDOL. Just go buy some goddamn raffle tickets, Look at that thing. Super nice. I really like how they put the logos on the cases and stuff. It's just like another level, right? I think so many of these guns, you're not getting any of this custom stuff. And I didn't even talk about these tools in there. You get this cool, folding Adrenaline, Allen key set. Anyway. Yeah. So give the live stream a like if you're watching this, Jake. And you do not like the live stream, I'll know. I need that Luxe. Eric won. Eric probably took in the raffle, or is going to. So did Jake. Yeah, paintball all day. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, paintballs, I've done paintball for so long. And I wonder if it's so weird to me. I'm like, I've been involved so deep in paintball for so long. It's like, I wonder if I like it anymore, or I'm just so used to doing it that I just keep doing it. I was like, I don't know. It's obviously not bad. I could have a real job or something, but I was thinking about that the other day. Let's see. This is something that I don't know what's happening. I tried to figure out what the hell was going on with this today. And we talked about this before. This isn't breaking news or anything crazy. But about a month ago, 2 months ago, we'll see here in a second. Uh-oh. I can't There we go. The window's all weird. This isn't like, crazy news. We've talked about this before, but 1 month ago over on the Play the Game podcast, I should say those goddamn raffle tickets, what the fuck? We're talking about these goddamn raffle tickets, and there's a link in the description directly to the raffle tickets, right? So you could follow that link right there, or just, follow a link in the description, and it'll take you right over to the raffle tickets. I didn't even say that. You're like, where the hell do we find the goddamn raffle? Buy raffle tickets. Chris wants to win this thing. What was I doing? We were talking about something else. Yeah, we're talking about, we've talked about this a handful of times. World Cup coming up. Tom Cole has talked about doing a 3-man, and I was trying to find more information today because the NXL at World Cup, they always have those extra teams come over from Europe. Like there's a Brazilian team, the Tontons are playing. So there's added teams at World Cup. So they actually start all the pro matches on Thursday. So they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I guess they're going to have to play this 3-man thing on Wednesday. You guys can't hear that, and I just noticed that something is not right. There we go.
And their concerns with what we were doing was it's just...
Okay, so this is Tom... Oh, damn it. What the fuck? I hit the freaking wrong button. So this is Tom, talking on PTG, Play the Game podcast. I'll let this go.
We'll move on to fantasy after, but let's talk.
They talked about fantasy for a little bit.
Talk about the 3-man real quick, and then get into fantasy.
One of the things we learned a little bit from filming the ESPN show is just, and their concerns with what we were doing was it's just, it's expensive to film, and there's a lot of bodies, right? And there's a lot going on. It's harder to follow. The more bodies we had, if it was 10 on 10, it would be crazy to follow. 5 on 5 is probably manageable. But we're going to try a pilot at World Cup. We're going to do a 3-on-3 pro exhibition match.
No way.
Which is going to be a 10-minute match as opposed to a 15-minute match. We're going to lock the rosters at 4. And I would like to go with a limited paint. I'm open to debate on how limited that paint is. Maybe we go with an M500 or something along those lines, but I'm open to that, right? But I want to play a 3-on-3 bang, bang, bang kind of match. And potentially one of the things that I like about it is we could then play events in the U.S. and in Europe and allow teams to cross play. So it would give, we'll just use, Reinhold. Reinhold, Dynamite would have the chance if they wanted to come to Chicago and play the 3-man, and Dynasty could then fly over to Paris and play the 3-man.
I don't know why that.
Well, with that one player.
I don't know why that makes a difference though, if it's 3-man or not.
Dynasty guys went over to play the 3-man. They could then disperse to 4 teams, and the same way vice versa. When the Tauntauns come over, they can disperse to 4 teams. So they're basically getting 2 tournaments in one, and doubling the chances, and we have kind of a new format going on.
I love that so much, Tom. I think 3-man is such a digestible format and super exciting, especially when you get, 3 of your favorite players on a squad versus 3 of your favorite players on another squad. I think you can get some really exciting stuff happening.
I like 5 of my favorite players, though.
We talk about this all the time on the show, is like 3 versus 3 is such a great entry point into the game for the new generation of players who want to get into competitive paintball as well.
Well, and that's one of the things that we're trying to do. So we would be introducing, and this is all tentative, but we would be introducing an entire series based around local parks that's 3-man with the pro being the anchor, the drive, the pull to get people to pull through, right?
Yeah, and that's 3-man and 3-woman too. Everybody is going to be
3 human.
Yeah, I don't know what the new term for that would be. 3v3.
Yeah, 3v3.
3-on-3.
3v3.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and like I said, I think that with having that debut at...
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. 3-man. I find it interesting. I think that obviously, like Tom said, the production staff just from NXL, or just like the ESPN, production staff for the show, talked about how difficult it is to film, and that's not new information, right? I mean, we've been talking about how hard paintball is to film for 20 years, 25, 30 years. Longer than that. I mean, really, the early 90s really is probably when we started talking about how to film tournament paintball. And for sure, 3-man is going to be way easier to film. It's going to be easier to edit from a production standpoint. It's just easier, you know, it's less cameras and less people, and it's just simpler, but it's also a lot easier to watch, you know. So I'm very curious. I assume it will be filmed just like they did last year when they ran that 7-3 thing where you could get like 3 points if you controlled the center buzzer, and it was kind of weird. That whole thing didn't work out. But I'm all for trying it. I love how they're trying stuff. Trying anything, you know. I don't. Let's do 40 on 40. Well, maybe not 40 on 40, but 3 on 3 sounds great, and I'm very curious. I want to see it. It's not like the first time we've ever done 3 on 3. There's been other 3 on 3 tournaments for a long time, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very curious. I just hope we're able to watch it and stuff like that. Some brains, smaller layout. I don't know. That's a good point. I'm not sure. I think that ideally it would be, right? If it was a new format, it probably would be a smaller field. But I don't know if it's going to be at the exhibition at World Cup, because they have to like set a whole field up and take a whole field down and then reset the pro field back up, you know, and it'd be just kind of crazy. They'd have to set the pro field up Thursday morning or Wednesday night or something like that. So they'll probably play it on just the same layout. Although, you know, you also could just take out some bunkers, right? Just move, you know, take out the corner bunkers and like remove part of the snake beam, and you could just insert those pieces all back in. They could play like a toned down version of the layout or something. It could be interesting, you know. I'm definitely curious, like I said, so we'll see what happens with 3-man. What was the last big 3-man thing? Was there the Smart Parts? Was the Smart Parts thing 3-man at the like Mohegan Sun? That was like in 2007 or something like that. Was that 3-man, or was it there was another thing that was 3-man that I just can't remember? Someone let me know in the chat room. How do I manage paintball and my marriage at the same time? I got no idea. I can't tell you. I can't manage my own life and paintball at the same time. I can't manage anything. I'm not your guy. Quit paintball? I don't know. I don't know, you know. Obviously, I have no idea. But I've had friends that like their like wives or fiance or whoever it is, just hate that they play paintball. It's the weirdest thing ever to me. You know. Adrenaline. We won the Ultimate Madness 3-man. Ultimate Madness 3-man. And the first place prize was to be in the first Greg Hastings game career mode, boss. Really? Huh. Wow. That's actually really cool. Huh. Man, I was thinking about that. Like, there is no way we could sustain a video game like Greg Hastings now. That's just crazy how much money went into Greg Hastings. And it did really well. You know, there's these other like video games we have now, like, I don't know. There's the Major League Paintball Players one. There's, I don't know. There's a handful of other ones, and they're all kind of like maybe not even as good as Greg Hastings was. I didn't like the cheating meter, though. I wasn't really a fan of the cheat meter, although it made it kind of fun. It was a neat element to add to the game, to make the gameplay a little bit more fun. So, Adrenaline. You had to beat us in 3-man to win. I got to send you my jersey in for... I got to send my jersey in for rasterizing to Activision. Wow, that's really cool. That's funny. I was thinking about actually trying to do 3D scans of products in the future. Kind of just like that. That is kind of neat, though. Huh. It is cool. Grrr, something. Do you have a EA? Do you have like an 86 Honda, a Toyota, or something like that? Hey man, a long-time lurker here. Well, welcome. Just got my gear. Just got my gear for speedballing, and just went for the second day for my. I cannot fucking read. Hey man, long-time lurker here. Just got my gear for speedballing, and just went for the second day. Cool. I'm already making tons of friends, and even the owner of the field. Pretty cool. Awesome. Well, have fun. I mean, literally, that's all that matters. Who cares about if you're playing speedball or wreck ball or you got a pump gun? It's literally all just fun. It's literally all just fun. Hell yeah, 86. Eric knows what's up. I assumed it was great, but then I just saw 86. Then I think I see a car in your picture. So I was like, oh, 86 Toyotas. Yeah, it's literally fun, you know, for a long time, and just have fun. I mean, literally, that's all that matters. You know, even like, I don't know. I guess if you want to play for honor and stuff, you know, sometimes we look at other sports and, you know, you look at the NFL, or not the NFL, you look at football or basketball, or, you know, there's sometimes like a green pasture on the other side for some people, and they can make a really good career out of it. Paintball's not really one of those things, so just have fun. If you're not having fun, then I don't know what's going on. I feel that I have like problems. I've been having problems with streaming stuff lately. There's like some weird lags or something always happening. Kind of odd. Maybe we should watch, let's check out this Tonton's video. Didn't save that link either. Planet Eclipse. There is not a link in the video description for this. That's for sure. Yeah, let me know. Do you guys see any lag at all? I mean, is there any stuttering at all ever? Our experiences are different from what I see, from what you guys see. Like that, I saw like a little jerk, a little hiccup. So this is over on the Planet Eclipse YouTube page. There, like I said, is no link in the description. But, you know. So this, I don't know what we're going to do here. I got to listen to the music. I got to see what's happening in this. Because we can't really just play any music, you know? Like, Planet Eclipse isn't going to, like, do anything. But I hope not. I mean, Go Sports one time didn't like it when I put some of their stuff online. But that's fair. It's behind a paintball. So, you know. We got to listen to the audio of this, so I got to mute that. See, I'm getting, like, weird information here. This is, like, giving me errors. It's like error. Please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframes are being sent often enough. Current keyframes are not being sent often enough, which is causing buffering. The current keyframe frequency is... I don't even know what that is. What the hell is keyframe frequency? Wild. I don't know. Let me know if it looks crazy. Are we okay though, guys? No one's like saying anything crazy's happening, so... This is the life of the internet. The freaking internet never works right. So we can probably... Okay, guys, no one's like saying I'm freaking... Normally, as soon as anything happens, everyone loses minds. So I think we can listen to this. We'll find out later today. Tonight, I guess. We'll just watch a little bit of this.
It's impossible to talk about elite European paintball or elite paintball worldwide without talking about the Tauntauns. In paintball terms, they seem
problems.
To be immortal. They've been here as long as I can remember and through every single stage and version of this game, and they've always been good. Our history is littered with dead teams long gone. To have staying power, you need to, of course, replace the players.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I would highly suggest watching this, guys.
Most importantly,
I mean, I can just feel it's probably going to be pretty good. So, yeah, go check this out. We're not going to sit here and watch the whole thing just because, you know, it's like 30 minutes and I'm not just going to do that.
Whole team, we still had Brice in the team, my brother. And then we were feeling ready and confident, just ready to give it all. If you win that tournament,
dude, Axel's so legit.
When you win the event, you win the series, and then you get the buy for World Cup. So that was definitely the main thing. We're going all.
Yeah. Whoa, what's that? Sound like a wakeboard? That's like one of those ponds that you get pulled in on a wakeboard. You get like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, go check it out, guys. We're gonna turn this music down so we don't get kicked off the internet, but we're not getting the greatest playback performance here. Just good stuff. I'm gonna actually really watch that later, but I would suggest people go check that out. You know, Planet Eclipse actually like is one of the only companies doing this. You're not gonna find any company doing this, mainly just because they have the money. You know, it's so expensive to do this shit. You gotta like follow the team around, and you gotta pay editors, and you know this costs them like tens of thousands of dollars to be able to do these things. So it's pretty cool they actually do it. You know, but they're, like I said, one of the companies that are actually capable of doing the goddamn thing. Tonton is a player? I don't know. I mean, the Tonton Flingers, that's their thing. And I don't know what the hell a Tonton is or what the heck's going on. Dude, I do not know what's going on with my streaming, though. We're going to take a look at some settings real quick. Ben Lawton. More teams need to rock orange and green jerseys. There's not enough blue and blue. There's enough blue and red. There really are enough blue and red. I mean, my God. Green. Yeah, no one really has green, huh? Is there a pro team with a green jersey right now? I mean, there was like the Level had a green jersey. Yeah, there's very few green. I wonder why. I'm not really quite sure. I wonder what the deal is with that. I don't know. Thanks for super chats, though. They help keep the boat floating. Yeah, very weird. Green. That is true, though. I don't know why. Orange is an extreme color. It's like a very bright color, and for a long time, orange was a banned color too. So that's why you kind of didn't see it. James Sutton, City of Trees, they're for sure green, for sure. Oh, NRG for sure. NRG had green jerseys. That's funny. There's definitely a movie called Tonton. There's definitely a French movie called the Tonton Flingers. That's why I don't know. I was going to look it up really fast. I don't know if it had anything to do. I don't know if it has anything to do with. There's also a band. Les Tonton Flingers. It's a 1963 comedy. But I don't know what the name actually means. You know, it's probably like a group of people in... Is a 1963 French-Italian West German crime comedy film with French dialogue. So they're probably... I'll bet the crime syndicate is the Tontons or something like that in the movie. Huh. Interesting. Man, we gotta figure out OBS and what the hell's going on with OBS here, though. I gotta make myself a note so I look into this later. Happy Monday, old soul. Do I have an old soul? Shit, I forgot to call Susan back today. Oops. Oops. Okay. What topics do we have planned today? Not much. There's not a lot happened. We talked about some stuff already. We talked about 3-man at World Cup. We watched a little bit of the Tonton video, but I'm getting some wacky performance here on the stream, so we can't really watch it. Talked about the adrenaline raffle. There's the new MacDev gun. What is happening, guys? What is even going on? Now the thing's totally going crazy. Well, in real time, we're going to try to fix this and figure out what's going on. Let's just ask ChatGPT. Okay. YouTube is giving me this warning when live streaming with OBS. We'll see what they say. Committed Paintball released 2 markers, but like all the twisters, they are played out disappointment. Okay, we'll talk about that. Check your internet speed, we're good. Adjust the bitrate. Yeah, we don't have a problem with the bitrate. I mean, I guess I could turn the bitrate down. That was what I thought about, but why the fuck did OBS just say it updated? That was weird. We were thinking about turning the bitrate down. I'm just going to turn it down quite a bit to 2500. It says, go to OBS settings, VIP. They're saying bitrate again, video. Lower video resolution. I could lower the resolution really quick. Sorry, guys. I have to stop live streaming, though, to do that. Change the keyframe intervals. That's what I wanted to do. So I can do that. It says settings output. There isn't even a settings, like it's preferences, which is weird. Output. There isn't. This is the problem with ChatGPT, though. Like, sometimes they'll like tell you to do shit that doesn't exist. Okay, I don't know. We're just going to go low bitrate and see what happens. All right. Committed? Yeah, the twisters. You know, it's not like they're bad. I just don't even really pay that much attention to them anymore. Because I know... Did they come out with 2 new guns? They didn't come out with 2, did they? I know they came out with the Go5. What was the other one they came out with? I mean, we saw the Go5, paintball markers, custom paintball stuff, markers. Damn, dude, I don't know. Is the stream down? I don't freaking know. Is it? I don't know. I can't tell anymore. Are we still live? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we weren't. Let's look at committed paintball. No. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I found this the other day. So I can't... I was looking for something online. I can't remember what I was looking for, but I came across, I totally forgot. I was going to actually email, I was going to tell Anthony from Committed that I found this website. Look at the URL. Then this is not Committed Paintball though. This is just some random generated thing. Look, they have these super dead ears in this thing, and then like all kinds of weird shit. But look at they're $37. Like all the pricing's just insane. So it's like some sort of scam website that I stumbled across. They just got all kinds of random ass weird shit in here. Hundreds of pages of just weird scam products. Interesting. Anyway. Yeah, what other gun did they release? How do you even like buy the twisters? Like if I go, it's Committed Paintball, right? Like if I go to committedpaintball.com, oh, there we go. Dang, that's brutal. I gotta tell them that. So there's the Geo, or that's the SLR. So what's the difference between these guys? Someone let me know. What's the difference between the regular Twister and the SLR? Maybe that is just a regular thing. They just freaking put SLR on there. I don't know. They're all sold out always though, so you're gonna buy one. Anyway, more twisting. Yeah, I don't know. Is it really more twisting though? I don't know. Dark Rendition says, shooting an R5 and an Adrenaline Luxe back-to-back on the same day you've had a head injury is likely to produce that concussion. What? Shooting an R5 and an Adrenaline Luxe back-to-back on the same day you've had a head injury is likely to produce that concussion. That's exactly what it says, right? Yeah. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Yeah, I did see the 180R price reduction, right? I mean, they lowered the price $200, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it being... man, my computer... Now this thing is, like, blinking? Huh. Well, anyway. Yeah, 180R, I mean, for sure, making the 180R, I mean, it's still $1,000, right? But knocking off $200 is pretty cool. I don't know, a 190R, that's kind of the first thing we think about, right? Is normally when we see these companies reduce the price of something, it's because something new's coming out. And this is right at that time of year where we see new guns. Man, I don't think so. I would be pretty surprised if we see a 190R. I think that they've got at least another year until they release another mid-range gun. I would be pretty surprised. Yeah. And mainly just because, you know, they haven't really changed all that much. Even from the 160 to 170 to 180, it's kind of the same gun, you know. The 180R does shoot a little bit better than the 170 and 160, but essentially they're the same thing. You know, they're not all that much different. So if they were to do a 190, I don't know what they would do, honestly. I am not sure. ETHA 4? I don't know either. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so, but I mean, I'm thinking about their ETHA line right now. Mainly because like those guns last a long time. I don't know the exact day that the ETHA 3 came out, but it's been like 3 years, right? Like 2-3 years. And typically with those guns in that like, you know, $400, $300-ish price, we're seeing them last quite a long time. You know, think about the original ETHA, the ETHA LT. It was around for like 7 years. It was kind of terrible. The ETHA 2 wasn't out that long. The ETHA 2 was out a handful of years, maybe like 3 years, 2 years until we saw that ETHA 3. What the fuck was that? Like, Brave just crashed and I had like fucking computer problems. Yeah, typically those mid-range, lower-ish mid-range guns, they're just sticking around a little bit longer because the manufacturers aren't making as much money. They're not making as much money every single unit. So they kind of have to like sell them for longer to try to like make that money back. That's what I assume anyway. And with these higher end guns, there's a little bit more of a market for, you know, newer stuff, right? Because you have players like us that are interested in new stuff. But that ETHA 3, that like entry-ish level electronic gun, most of those people aren't going to care so much if it's not like, you know, within 6 months new. You know, it's like it's been around for a couple years, but whatever. Yeah. Adrenaline. Hey, what series did you get invited to live comment, and are you going to do it? The NXL for like semi-pro, and the WCPPL, possibly. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Maybe next year. Definitely not this year. I mean, WC happened last weekend, and they asked me like a week before, and it just didn't work. Definitely not going to World Cup, but I'm definitely going to entertain the idea next year. We're going to talk in the off season, and we're going to figure out like what would work best. I'm interested in it. I don't think that, you know, I don't know though. I don't really want to be an announcer, you know, not like something I'm striving to do. But so really that means that I don't want to do what Matt Marshall does, right? Like Matt puts so much time into it that it's his real job. You know, he's able to do a bunch of research and do all these things. I don't really want to do that so much. I'd kind of like to be the color commentator, you know, the kind of guy who just talks whenever he wants. It's not like on me to call the game necessarily. But we'll see. And I also don't want to announce for 12 hours. You know, the WCPPL this weekend, the live stream started at like 7 a.m. and finished at 7 p.m. And I'm like, that doesn't sound very good. Who knows? But I would be interested, you know, obviously I think it would be good for a number of reasons. You know, I could, you know, try to make money. You know, they'd probably have to pay me to do it. And it'd be, you know, help promote the, like, you know, YouTube channel and any future endeavors I may have coming up. Chris Raymond, provide endless coffee and I'll commentate. No, you shouldn't though. You know, I think about that shit and I'm like, you know, I was like, yeah, just pay for my hotel and pay for like my plane flight and I'm down. But I'm like, you know what? No, I should get paid, shouldn't I? I should actually get money. I shouldn't just like do it for free, essentially. You know, I don't know. Because like, who else are they going to get? You know, I've spent a long ass time developing this, like, whatever the hell we're developing here. So, I don't know, yeah. I want $45,000 a day. I don't think that's bad. You know how much Tom Brady gets? Tom Brady, think about how much money they're paying Tom Brady to announce. That's crazy. They got to be paying that guy like, I mean, how much money do you think he makes? 200, 300 grand like a game or something crazy. Mark. Who knows? Announcing. Yeah, it could be cool. But that's who asked. The guys who put on the like semi-pro field and I think WC. WC is a little weird though, because the WCPPL has like, they have like 3 fields going, and then they have the like commentators on all 3 of the fields. So it's a little different than the NXL. The NXL doesn't do like live streams and stuff like that. 200K easy? Yeah, probably. I'm like, dude, he's got to be getting like... He actually does a pretty good job, too. You know, I watched the 49ers, and he's been doing the last 2 49er games, and he did a good job. I was fine with it. Dark rendition. Performers at the NFL halftime show do not get paid. Really? Well, I could see that. But the exposure alone is worth millions and millions and millions, for sure. Plus, there are already, like, people that are rich. You know, like Beyonce. Really? Beyonce's not getting paid? I guess it kind of is like an honor to do it, though, a little bit. And, you know, I'd probably announce if they wanted to fly me out and pay for my hotel and all that stuff. I'd announce for an hour, just like they're doing at the halftime show. But 12 hours is a whole nother thing. Anyway, Adrenaline, I think your style should be like Bob Uecker from Major League when commentating. For sure, Bob Uecker's like a real commentator, though. I don't know if he commentated like that, though. Major League is probably one of the best movies ever made. And Major League 1 and Major League 2, I've probably seen, you know, so much. Major League 3, when they were like the Bees or something like that. They like went to the minors. But yeah, obviously Bob Uecker is just a little bit outside call. Is like, yeah. Damn. Goddamn Ricky Vaughn. That was so good. There's so many like funny parts and funny things. One thing I did note to myself is, if you guys have been following along, I'm trying to, or not trying, 100% going to start a paintball company called Phase Paintball. Phase, Phase Paintball. And one of the things I thought would be kind of fun to do, like, you know, little advertising things or whatever, is like reenact parts from movies. Like find like funny parts in movies, but like recreate them a little bit for paintball. And I bet Major League would have a lot of those like little cool, funny things. I think it'd be great. Just a bit outside. And they got Jake. You got that like Jake guy. I was a catcher. I played catcher position in baseball for a decade. Major League 3. Yep, it was pretty bad. It was with like stupid people. It wasn't the same cast. It was crazy. I caught for a long time, so I kind of like the baseball movies. There really wasn't Major League 3, right? Like, I'm not crazy. Major League 234 is what I just typed. Major League 3, back to the minors. Oh my God, Scott Bakula's in it. Wow, look at the cast is actually crazy. The cast is wild. It's terrible, though. Oh, did someone research Brady? I saw something about Tom Brady really fast. Brady gets 1.7 million a game. Does he really? That was my guess, dude. I was gonna say 1 million. That's just crazy. Because it's like local games too. He's not like announcing for like, you know, Monday Night Football. It's like it was the 49ers Chief game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, you know, people were watching it, but not a lot of people. That's crazy. I could see that. $1.7 million. That's more money than I'm going to make in my entire life. He makes in like 4 hours. Look at the cast of Major League, though. It's crazy. Scott Bakula. I don't know who this Corbin... Oh, no, I don't know who Corbin Burnson is. Some guy, Takashi. Don't know who that is. Walton Goggins. Maybe the cast is not as crazy as I thought it was. I thought I saw like a bunch of... There's Bob. Oh, you got Dennis. This is the Toronto character guy. Yeah, he's in it again. But as you can see, it got a 4.7 on IMDb. It was not very good. Anyway. Wow. Hit that like button. Mark says there's only 31 people that liked this. If you're watching it, at least like it. You know, I'm not going to like tell you if you don't want to like it, you know. If you're not watching this, don't like it, you know. But if you're watching this, you should like it. I wonder how much money goes to Giselle. Yeah, who knows? That I couldn't tell you. I should someone yell. Chris Martin, please update. What update? What do you mean? Walton Goggins. That guy's awesome. I mean, he's like one of the best actors ever. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty cool. What else do we got to talk about here? That's really about all. Just ordered 3 headbands? Cole, awesome. I appreciate it. When did you order them? Like just now? I'll ship them tomorrow. TM40 or 180R? I like the 180R. 180R. Mark's like TM40. I like the 180R. Just because I'm like 99%, like all I want is like, you know, reliability. It's like the main thing I want. And the 180R is more reliable. It's just like fact. Yeah. It's not like the TM40 is bad. But the 180R is going to be better. Dark Rendition. Something about a twister. I don't think the link I shared came through. No, you can't really. Probably you can't share links in the chat. But this is one of the new committed paintball guns. The Twister CS3 SLR. Time. Jesus Christ. Like crazy names. But what is it? Like, what's the difference between, like, the SLR, like, I don't know, we put that in there and this came up. See, I just don't know what any of this shit means. Like, what the hell does SLR and TSL mean? Wow, they limited them to 45 guns. Here it says right here. The TSR, no. Enriched with carbon and gold. What? The hell does that mean? The TSL edition elevates platform to a whole new level, limited to 45. The CSL, so it's just like, I don't know. Apparently it's got gold, it's enriched with gold and carbon. Oh, okay. They have a custom barrel tip on there, I see. Carbon fiber barrel tip, and then whatever, this is gold plated, I guess? I see. Oh, Castleberry. Huh. All right. I mean, I really do like the way they look still. It's just, it's just the same milling over and over, which is kind of annoying, I guess. Ben Lawton, Brad, did you see G1 is doing a goggle foam now? Not sure how much. Yeah, I did actually. I got an email from them the other day. I actually totally forgot to reply. You just reminded me. I did see that. That's about all I know. I think they have a, I don't know. Yeah. I got a little bit confused too because G1 like goggle foam thing came out and Carbon came out with their like eyeglasses insert thingy at the same time. I did see it, but I don't really know much about it. I need to, yeah, I literally just remembered. Huh. Dark rendition, I don't know, that link. I actually tried to click that little link. Nothing happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me to keep track of all this stuff, so. Jake, I think it's like VIN numbers on a car and are serial numbered the CSL, TL, TSL, etc., including the name of the marker. I have no idea. No idea. Chris, a phase update? Not really. Not really. I'm just still organizing and, you know, getting shit ready. Yeah, not really. Unfortunately, not yet. There's just so many little things to do that I probably shouldn't have talked about it, but then I think it's kind of fun to share the journey or like talk about it because people might find it interesting. So yeah, but not really, unfortunately. Love my LV1. Would the upgrade to the LV2 be worth it if the transfer pipe is no issue for me? Probably not. I mean, I like the LV2 maybe a little bit more, but it's not that much different. It doesn't like shoot all that much different. For sure not. You know, I actually like that air transfer pipe, so I think that, you know, when it's running on the side of the gun, I can kind of like press my hand into it and get a little bit like better control over the gun. So I even like that air transfer pipe. I'm a fan of the thing. Great. I got my all silver TM40 for $500 and it was 8.5 out of 10 condition, but had none but minor scratches on the tip of the barrel, a pretty good steel. I don't know, actually. I just don't know what the price of used guns are, honestly. I mean, $500 probably sounds right. Yeah. I mean, maybe that is a pretty good deal, though. Maybe probably like $700 used. The Luxes have always been like hard to maintain value, though. They've never maintained value very well. Yeah, I really like the AT pipe. I don't know, you know, it's just like, I mean, I don't have a gun with one here, but you know, there's just something about like when that thing like runs across right there where that macro line is, you know, you can kind of like push your hand into it a little bit like that. And I feel like get even like a little bit better of a grip because of that pipe right there. Holding the gun all weird so YouTube doesn't freak out. Who knows? Dark Rendition says $500, good deal. The phase update. TM40. It's weird how we're like, everything's working now. We're having so many problems with like streaming and now it's like working fine. I mean, maybe it's just because I turned the bitrate down so much, but normally it's like, that's, yeah. Doesn't have anything to do with it. Gotta get back to the settings though. I don't know. This is a slow live stream. We're just hanging out. Still says it's not working. Still says we're like experiencing technical difficulties. The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You keep not making it work right. Let's pump the bitrate back up a little bit. Let's go to 3,500. blasphemy. How's the Idol waffle going? It's going. It is currently... Do I have it open still? I don't have it open still. Let's pull the link up really quick. Ooh, I didn't want to click that, though. The Luxe IDOL raffle, you can find a link in the description to this raffle. Or... Oop, I gotta be on the right window. Or you can follow that right there, Adrenaline Idol raffle. Their tickets are $20. There's 200 tickets in total, though. And they're, you know, like 20-ish%, 15-ish left or something like that. So there's not a lot of tickets left. So hopefully we'll be getting this raffle completed pretty soon here. If you'd like to, definitely check out that link in the description of this live stream. It'll take you right over to this page, and there's all the instructions on how to do it. Really, you just send me $20 through PayPal right there, and that's all you do. I don't like how this is white. I should probably change that. It's not the greatest thing. Yep, it's pretty simple. And then there's a drawing, and I'll ship you the gun. The only real stipulation is that if you live in Canada, or if you live outside of the United States, like it says right there, winners outside of America, that's the American flag, sorry, are responsible for shipping costs. I'm also not really sorry either, you know, I don't know. It's so expensive to ship these guns. I mean, to ship this into Canada, it's going to be like $140 or some crazy ass shit. Chris counted them up. There's 37 spots left. So what's that? We're like 25% left, I guess, somewhere in there. Dude, Randy, I'm telling you, back in the day, your raffles would sell out in a few hours. I'm telling you, dude. That's the whole reason that, like, there's these held spots on the bottom, right? I have these held spots on the bottom because raffles used to sell out so fast and it was so chaotic that it was difficult to manage. So I had to hold spots because I'd inevitably mess up. And they used to sell, yeah, like crazy. I think that this raffle is a little bit higher priced. You know, your odds are not as great as they typically are. And I'm charging a little bit more. So maybe that's also a reason. So I don't know. The infamous R5. I don't want to look at that. We're not just going to look at all these guns. We might as well. Why not? Who cares? What happens if we do this and we go... Infamous Paintball. It looks pretty cool. I don't actually dislike it. You know, I like the like, let's look at this one. I like the like straight kind of angled lines that go forward. Man. Talk about it. I need to see some bigger pictures. You shouldn't have to do this. I just to say, I shouldn't have to do this. That's all I want to say. I should be able to see bigger pictures without manipulating and hoping that I find a bigger picture. Yeah, I've always liked this. I like the like forward lines. I like that like aggressive kind of line. I don't know how I feel about the top. It's kind of like a turtle shell, especially in this green color. It's kind of turtle power green. Mark, where can you buy spots? That's where you can buy them. Just go to that damn link. Are you really? You don't have to have Facebook. You don't have to have Facebook. You just got to go to that. There's a link in the description. It literally says Adrenaline. It goes to my website. So you don't have to have Facebook at all. It'll go right here. Facebook not included. It is on Facebook, too. It is in the Facebook group, but you don't have to go there. Yeah, I don't know. I like these. I like them. What is GR? Powered by GR. That's the... I don't know. Gun review? Gangster... Oh, that's right, GR. But what the fuck does GR... I know it's the bolt, but what the fuck does GR stand for? We don't really never got told, did we? I don't know. It's the bolt for sure. I don't know what does it stand for though. Is it I knew that, right, Chris? I knew that. Geo Reloaded. Or does it? There you go. Switch. Geo Reborn. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because it's really confusing because on the side of the box it actually says Geo Reloaded. But it actually is Geo Reborn. Which is, I don't know, which is funny. What's the difference between the CS3 and the Geo R5? Mainly the bolt. Which, you know, isn't that much different. So the CS3 has the Gamma Core Pro, or that GP core, and or did they change the name of that too? I'm like forgetting all this shit right now. We're looking really fast. The OP core, Jesus fucking Christ. The OP core, and the GR core. Yeah, it's so hard, right? I mean, they're just two different bolt styles. The Gamma core is technically, historically, been maybe a little bit more air efficient than that GR core, or yeah, GR core that's in that GO5. But dude, I don't know. I mean, it's so confusing, right? It's confusing for everybody. I think that the main difference, they're still saying the CS3 is their high-end gun. So I think that for me, if I'm a consumer, right, like if I'm looking at purchasing both of these things, I'm probably going to think about two things, right? Ergonomics, because they do feel a bit different, right? The CS3 is a little bit more compact, so it doesn't feel as like long and stretched out as the Geo R5 does. But also the CS3, you can put the mechanical frame on. So if you want like a very, very good mechanical frame, the CS3 is going to be that like best choice. Where the Geo, it will never have a mechanical frame. So they're never going to release it. It'll never work. It'll never happen. But other than that, you know, I don't know. You know, they have fairly the same features. They're going to shoot fairly similar. It's like, I don't know. So it's difficult to say which is better or which is worse or anything. You know, each is going to be a little bit different, but who knows? Who knows? Kelly's, are we going to see you at Davis a big game next month? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been to a big game, Davis big game in forever. I don't know. Maybe. I've been talking about going to like different places. Maybe. I don't know. Engineering in paintball guns has already gotten to the limit. That's just craziness. There's no way. So you're telling me in like 400 years that the CS3 is still going to be the best paintball gun? Has any company tried to bolt driven electronically instead of air? Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest problem is that like paintballs just weigh so much, right? And it's just difficult to do it, right? I mean, because the paintball, when it hits that air, you know, it's so soft, right? The air is so soft on that ball. Whereas if we get rid of the compressed air, we have to have something like hitting the ball, you know, it's got to like push it forward. I mean, it could like accelerate it, you know, but at some point it's got to like sort of impact it, and compressed air is probably still the best. There was I think the Empire E-Volt was like a prototype of something they were going to build. But I think the biggest problem is really, it's just like, yeah, it's just paintballs are too fragile. They weigh a lot. So it's not it's probably not that easy of like a whatever solution. I'd be cool though. I mean, for sure. You'd be essentially making an airsoft gun. But the airsoft guns have also gone to compressed air now. All the good airsoft guns are running on compressed air, just like paintball guns are now. The Smite Parts Ion is the same engineering level as the guns nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably think that the people that designed them would disagree. I mean, I don't even know what you mean by engineering level, though. Like, what does that even mean? You know? Because there's no question that the newer guns are considerably better. I mean, literally at everything. I mean, even the materials are better. So even the material science or like the material engineering is better. You know? I just remember like back in the day, you know, everybody said the Angel LCD was the pinnacle of paintball. And it was never going to get better, you know, but look at 2 years later and they're better. So, I don't know. What about the hybrid drivetrain where the bolt moves electromechanically with the air to still cushion and propel the ball? There's for sure something you probably could do. But I don't know why, you know, why? Because if you still have to use compressed air, we're probably making it too complicated by adding more stuff onto it, you know? I don't know. Yeah, you could do it all. It'd just be like overly complicated, you know? There's just probably no like real reason for it. Because right now, the guns just recock themselves by, like, using the excess air that's already there. You know, they don't have to, like, include anything else. Although, you could make it more efficient by, like, having it not, like, recock itself or whatever. Does efficiency of paintball guns matter at this point? Like, today in paintball? Probably, I mean, yes and no. You know, like, I mean, for sure it does. Because you don't want to, you know, have to carry, like, a tank that's this big. You know, like there's like a limit to how big the tank can be. I'd say yes, for sure, because players are always going to want smaller and lighter stuff, you know? So like, say for instance, if, you know, we did figure out how to include an electronic like recocking thing or something, and we could make the guns twice as air efficient, players for sure would like that doubled air efficiency. Just because you can, you know, run smaller tanks and, you know, you could run a little teeny tank instead of like a big, huge tank. So I would assume it's always going to be like, I think, advantageous, or it's going to be better to be, you know, more air efficient. I would assume. Diz already said, I used to use a 114 Air America on a drop forward on my cocker back in the day. It was bigger than the cocker, yes, for sure. So air efficiency mattered a little bit. But guns have gotten so good. A lot of the guns are the same. It's like everything shoots like 10 pods in a hopper on like a 68 or a 77. They're all fairly similar, so. Reinvent the paintball. I would like that. I mean, there have been companies who've tried. It's just a very difficult problem. There's not... Yeah, it's difficult. Plus, batteries are heavier than air. That's very true. I mean, if you're going to have batteries that like move some shit a lot, like a heavy component, it's going to weigh quite a bit. I don't know. Maybe not though, because, you know, the airsoft batteries, they use those like, you know, long like tube things that are like multiple batteries connected. Those aren't heavy at all, really. I mean, you know, a couple ounces, it's not really substantial at all. But it's just more stuff. And like I was saying earlier, you know, my most important thing with any of these paintball guns, whether it's you know, I lost train of thought. My most important thing with all paintball stuff, it's not whether it's, you know, the quietest or it's the cheapest or, you know, whatever. Value is a big deal to me, though. But the most important part is it shoots. You know, it's got to work. I mean, if it's the quietest paintball gun ever, but it works half the time, like, who cares, you know? It's got to shoot paintballs. So I think that bringing in, it probably would make it, like, less reliable, making this stuff even more complicated. Yeah. Dark Rendition says, a 45 cubic inch tank. That's cool how you put the actual cube in there. I don't know how to do that. Plus a control hopper and a high-end paintball gun will be the absolute lightest setup possible. Yeah, the controls are crazy light. But those new alpha tanks from HK Army are also really light. I mean, I'll bet the 68 from them is probably the same weight as like a normal 4500 tank. Or a 4545, sorry. Old Soul. Angel dual lower tube with a newer battery down the length of it. I don't even know. Would we need to have tubes, though? I was thinking about that, too. Because I was like, those long batteries like the Angel used, do we even need those, you know? Could we somehow run smaller batteries, even? The Angel was weird. There was like a bunch of wasted space in that gun, too. I don't know. Some brains. Who had an I-modded Angel that ran 9 volts? I've had multiple. They gutted out the stock battery, and it was hella lighter. I don't really remember. But for sure, there was all that wasted space, right? This is the whole fucking side of the gun was just empty. It was very weird. But that's like... you know, those are old guns, and those are before batteries were, like, good. So... Look at Cole becoming a member. Get a cool thingy. Thank you, Cole. You made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, it was just weird how much wasted space was on the Angel, that's all. Yeah, they were using those old batteries. The NiCads, there we go. They had like the old NiCad and crazy batteries. So... nowadays, obviously, we have different batteries. Like, will we use lithium polymer stuff? I don't know. NiCad or LiPo? Yeah, LiPo batteries. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I gotta go. I had my heart out at 5:30, and I'm just gonna go right now while I'm thinking about it, because I gotta be somewhere in 15 minutes. So, gentlemen, I don't know. We'll see you Monday. Hopefully we have more to talk about. You know, I was looking all over this week for stuff, and just nothing happened, you know? Looking for news stuff or just interesting things. Not much happened. Maybe go check out the Adrenaline raffle right here over on the Paintball Ruined My Life website, where you can also find a bunch of other shit. You know, maybe think about getting a headband. You can get a headband. They're only like $30. Look at this. You can get 3 packs for $75, where you know, just pick whichever ones you want, and you're like, I like the Explorer version or the checkered version. Pick whichever one you want. There's some ones on sale. These are only $20. I mean, come on, $20? $20? You get to help support your favorite paintball YouTuber. You can buy this hat that I have on. Right there. Or really just a raffle. All right, guys. It's been real. I'm going to make myself late. I always get distracted. When is the next live stream? Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Same time all the time. Unless something happens, which does sometimes happen. Like last week, I didn't have internet for like 3 days. Oh shit, yeah, Monday Night Football's on. That's not what I'm watching, though. Okay, guys. Looking for the end button. We'll see you next time.